Welcome back, Seahawks, to this week's edition of Seahawks Central Sports. I'm Will Oakes.
And I'm Miranda Fabian. Thanks for tuning in.
We have some great segments for you today. With a tough schedule coming up ahead, we interviewed with head coach of the women's soccer team, Paul Kearney, and men's soccer captain, Jack Ward. Plus some exciting news for UNCW baseball. Stay tuned, folks, because Seahawks Central Sports starts right now.
On October 1st, UNCW baseball will have a scrimmage against the Ontario Blue Jays. The game will start at 5 p.m. and all proceeds will benefit the Miracle League of Wilmington. However, it is free for UNCW students. Come out and support the good cause.
Last Saturday, UNCW's women's volleyball team swept Marshall 3-0 in the Hokie Invitational at Virginia Tech. Morgan Klein led the Hawks with 10 kills, while Lee Gagliardi had 9 kills and 5 blocks. At the net, Meredith Peacock had a match high of 6 blocks as the Seahawks outblocked Marshall throughout the entire match. This huge sweep improved the Seahawks' record to 10-3.
Both the men's and women's cross-country teams took 5th place in the NC State's Adidas Cross Country Challenge. UNCW's own Will Bunch took 15th place with a time of 15 minutes and 35 seconds. The top female runner for the Seahawks was Sarah Harmon, who had a time of 19 minutes and 9 seconds. On October 4th, cross-country will be off to compete in the Mason Invitational in Leesburg, Virginia.
For the second time this season, UNCW's men's soccer team has pulled off another upset against a nationally ranked opponent. Last Tuesday, the Seahawks gave the 25th ranked Campbell Camels their first loss of the season with a score of 1-0. Colin Bonner's game-winning goal in the 69th minute proved to be the dagger the Seahawks needed to upend the Camels on their home turf. The Hawks finished with a 16-4 advantage in shots on goal with a 12-1 spread in the first half of play. This huge win improves UNCW's record to 4-1-1 on the season.
They sure have been on fire, Will.
They sure are. But they still have a tough road schedule ahead of them, with a big game against Chapel Hill next Tuesday, September 30th. We had Jenna Krzina speak with Jack Ward to see how they're preparing. But first, let's hear what women's head coach Paul Kearney had to say about his team going into a road trip this weekend against Delaware and Drexel. Jenna?
Thanks, Will. I'm here with the women's soccer coach, Coach Paul. Today we're going to ask him a couple of questions about this season and how the girls are feeling about the next 2 upcoming road games. So how do you feel the girls will be playing now that they have two games and they're both on the road?
Well, we've traveled already this season and had the experience of being on the road. We've played 5 games or won 5 games in our non-conference schedule. I think our team is ready to get on the road and start conference play on Friday.
That's awesome. Good luck to you guys. What do you guys think your biggest strengths has been as a team this season?
I think we've got pretty good depth in a lot of our positions. We have good leadership at the back and a lot of returning players from last year. So that I think the depth and experience are 2 of our strengths right now.
What are your some of your biggest weaknesses as a team?
I think when we get in a game like last Friday against East Carolina, we struggled against a team that was very well organized defensively. We have to be more creative in attack and more intelligent as we go forward. I thought we made some bad decisions on Friday against ECU.
Well, good luck to you guys in your season. Is there anything you want to say about your girls as a whole?
No, they're working very hard, and when we come back home October 3rd, 4th, 5th weekend, we play William & Mary and Elon. We'd love to get as many people out to the game.
Well, hopefully some of you Seahawks will come out and support them and also be cheering them on at their next 2 road games, Delaware on Friday and Drexel on Sunday. And hopefully you guys can keep an eye out on their games and come back and support them here at UNCW when they have their next home game. Thanks, and thanks again for doing this interview. Now we're here with Jack Ward, the co-captain of the men's soccer team. They have been preparing really hard this week for their upcoming game versus UNC Chapel Hill here at UNCW. So, Jack, how have you guys been preparing this week?
Well, we've got practice every week. You know, we play Chapel Hill next Tuesday. Tomorrow night we've got Duke, which is going to be a big one. Then we go on the road and play William & Mary. So, in between our Chapel Hill game to right now, you know, we've got 2 games, one on the road. So we're going to try and recover as well as we can and get prepared for next week.
Awesome. Do you guys think this game will be a difficult challenge for you?
It's always going to be a difficult challenge against Chapel Hill. You know, they're one of the best teams in the nation. Obviously, it's an in-state rivalry as well. You know, previously they were ranked #1. We've just come into the rankings. We're on a good run of form. So, you know, I think it's going to be a tough test, but something we're definitely matched up for.
Yeah, well, we'll be cheering you on here as a school. So what do you think your biggest weaknesses are as a team?
You know, I think every team has weaknesses. Right now we're trying to iron some things out. We're a very cohesive unit. We've got very good team bond and team chemistry. So, you know, I don't like to talk about weaknesses. I think, you know, we've got a lot of strengths that we're learning to build on right now. We've got a great group of younger players, freshmen. Calvin Chrome and Braden Smith have stepped up great, and then our sophomores with Callum Foster and Freddie's banged in a few goals as well. So, you know, I don't know about weaknesses, but we've definitely got some strengths to build on. Well,
that's awesome. Do you guys do anything as a team, like any rituals or anything you do to prepare yourselves as a whole, like any kind of bonding type thing you guys do?
Before every home game, we have a pre-game meal over at Carrabba's. So, you know, we go in polos and khakis for Carrabba's and have a pre-game meal. But apart from that, you know, we all live together. It's good. Obviously, you know, when you live together, there's a lot of team bonding goes on there. So not really with our class schedule, practice schedule, we don't get a lot of free time. But it's the little things, you know, little things that count.
Well, it seems like you guys have a good chemistry together. So, since you guys have been working really hard this week, is there anything that you want from us as students and fans to come out here and do for your game?
Well, you know, every home game we've had so far this year, we've had great support from the fans. UNCG, especially when it went into overtime, had great support for Ohio State. So, you know, the main thing is for us, as long as we can get fans in the stands over there, then we'll take care of the rest on the field.
All right. Well, you heard it, UNCW. Come out Tuesday night at 7 o'clock here at the soccer stadium and come support your men's soccer team as they play our rivals, UNC Chapel Hill. Thanks.
Thanks, Jenna. Well, that's all we have for tonight's show. Don't forget to come out to the UNCW Soccer Stadium next Tuesday, September 30th at 7 p.m. to cheer on our team against Chapel Hill. It is sure to be a great game. You heard it here first. I'm Miranda Fabian.
And I'm Will Oakes. Remember, win or lose, it's always a great day to be a Seahawk. Have a great week, UNCW.